Hey, this is Reggie Fab coming at you. I just finished week 1 of my year of living differently. And so what I've decided to do is to have a theme for each week. So I'm looking at various things. They'll be fun, they'll be interesting, they'll be really anguish filled. It'll be a whole bunch of different things. But that way I can sort of look at the things that are driving me in groups and really tackle some of those things. So for week 1, I decided to start the year off with things that I hate. And I actually came up with this really cool goal sheet. And so it just, I put the link into it. I found it on Pinterest. I'll put the link to that in the video description box. But just to put Post-it notes so you can sort of switch them out. So for my week 1, things that I hate. And I decided to do financial planning, running, and eating at the table with nothing else, just by myself. Because those are things that I really hate to do. So the first one was financial planning. I'm really good about getting that stuff done for work. I'm on top of the numbers. But for me, personally, I hate it. I hate budgets. I hate keeping track of my spending. I just sort of do what I would consider very crude financial management. So this week, what I did is I have this program, an app called Page Once. I'll also put a link in the video description box that really reminds me. It's really good for tracking my calendar when the bills are due to make sure that I'm avoiding late fees and all of that sort of thing, that I can really stay on top of that. It also gives me warnings if I'm incurring fees or if there's some better options out there for me. Well, I've had this program for a while, but I put a few big things in there. I didn't put everything in there. So I really went in and looked at every single bill that I have that runs on a regular basis and put it into Page Once. And that's really good for alerts and just really staying on top of it and looking at your overall financial calendar so that you're really on top of the bills. The other thing that I do is I participate in LearnVest. It's another app, and I also have a link in the video description box. I get a daily email with some financial tips, really going through reading those emails, and also they have a program called Money Manager. And so what this does is it really allows me to put in a budget and see where my spending is against budget. So I linked all of my accounts in, and so it tracks it for me. So if I spend $35 at Pottery Barn, then it puts that into the shopping folder, and I've already got a set budget. I can look at that every day on my smartphone very quick, be on top of it, and just really see where I am according to where I have budgeted. And so that allows me to make adjustments in my budgets, also allows you to set savings goals, debt reduction goals, all those sorts of things to really be on top of your finances. And the third thing, my brother shared this with me, and I feel like an idiot for not knowing it, but I've done my own taxes for the past several years. I use TurboTax. I also have a link to that in the video description box. And I bought it every year. But the DVDs also come with videos. And so while I have been filling out my taxes correctly, I haven't necessarily throughout the year been tracking everything that is tax deductible. So starting off this year, really looking at making sure that I'm tracking mileage. I just haven't really been keeping on top of that like I should, and really maximizing my financial resources. So that was the number one thing that I hated. The second was running. I hate running. If you see me running, you need to run. I said, well, I know it's great. It's a great exercise. It's not so great on the knees, but for generally keeping in shape, especially losing weight, which I need to do, it's a fantastic exercise, and it's free. You can run anywhere. So I did something small. I just ran around the block, and I still hated it a lot. But I also got my Wii out and was doing some of the running on there, which I didn't hate as much. So while it is something that I don't enjoy, I have a link in the video description box to some tips on how to enjoy running more. But it's not something that I particularly enjoy. However, it's something that I can do. So running outside, especially when it's cold, not something I'm going to do a lot, but it's probably something I could do once a week. But if I combine that with running with the Wii and running and doing some other types of cardio and strength training exercises, it's probably a part of a regimen that I can handle. The last thing that I did was eating dinner alone with nothing else. And I don't really know why I hate that so much. I'm single. I eat dinner by myself all the time. So it's not the eating by myself, but it is eating at a dinner table with nothing else. I realize that when I eat dinner, matter of fact, when I eat just about any meal, I am always doing something else. I'm on my computer, I'm on my phone, I'm getting some work done, I'm watching TV, I'm doing something else. And there's two issues with that. The first is, I don't really focus on what I'm eating. And so, as I need to eat slower and to really concentrate on the things that I'm putting into my body, then I need to take the time to do that. The second is that I feel like it's a waste of time. And so the fact that I need to really value time taking care of me, because eating's fundamental, it's very important, and really just having that, looking at that and making sure that I take time for myself and that I focus on that, and focusing on me is important. And so it's still something that's really uncomfortable. I keep sitting there thinking about all the other things I could do, the emails I could get out, the reports I could finish. But it is really important, and that's something that I'm going to try to do more of. Just sitting. It's 15 minutes. It doesn't take me a long time to eat. But to really focus on the food that I'm eating, to really enjoy the food that I'm eating. I make pretty good food. So, instead of just shoveling it mindlessly into my mouth, really savoring it and tasting it and enjoying it. And then just taking a little bit of time to sort of deplug and unwind and to relax, and just using mealtime to do that. So it was a really interesting week to really think about why I hate things so much, and to really get over that and do them anyway, because they were good things for me to do. So I'm excited. The running is probably the one I'm going to keep up the least, but still, like I said, trying to work it in somewhat. But I really am going to try to look at doing more of those things that I hate, and really examining why I hate them. So for week 2, this week is all about learning. So I am amazed. I do so much education for work and very little for me personally. So this week I'm going to be learning some stuff, really learning some exercise things. I am constantly befuddled by how much free information is out there that we don't take advantage of. I have got 50 million programs on my computer that I don't really know how to use. Some I don't know how to use at all, and a number I don't know how to use well. So really getting into some tutorials and really finding out how to do that. And then just spiritually, I'm going to be looking at some Bible chapters. I'm kind of amazed. I'm a regular Bible reader, but I read the same things, and I read the text that came with the sermon, or, the Gospels. But this week, I'm going to be looking at a book of one of the minor prophets and seeing what kinds of things that I can get from that. So I'm really excited. Expand the noggin up here, and grow for me personally. So it's not required for work. It's probably not going to do anything for me professionally, but it's going to help me personally, and I'm really excited about it. So the year of living differently is off to a great start, and I'll see you next week. Bye.